Dan, head coach at Performance360, and today we're going to do a short video just to give you a basic outline of the split jerk, some small tips to think about when you're working on improving the lift, and some of the common mistakes and corrections that we see. So we're going to start with coming into our rack position to perform a jerk. So Dave here is going to go ahead and get into rack position and step back from the rack. So a couple of things to think about here when we're racking the barbell on our shoulders. Oftentimes people think that coming into more of a military press position with the elbows down and the barbell fully in their palms is going to be advantageous, but it's really not. When you're in this position, you can only use your upper body to drive the barbell up, whereas when we put ourselves in a true rack position with the barbell resting on the anterior delts and the elbows forward and out in front of the bar, now we get to use the lower body to initiate the lift, which is ultimately what we want and where our power is going to come from. So once we're in this rack position with the barbell in his hands, on the shoulders, elbows out in front, we're going to set our feet up for a proper dip position. So here we want the heels to be just underneath the shoulders and with a flare out of the toes. In every Olympic lift, we're going to have that toe turn out, so we want to make sure that here, as we're initiating the dip for the jerk, we do that as well. This way, when Dave starts to slide down that imaginary wall behind him, his knees flare out over his toes and his weight can stay in the heels. So when we're moving into that dip position, it's kind of like a quarter squat, and that's what you should be visualizing. A straight line down, elbows stay upright as the knees flare out and the weight remains in the heels. From there, we move into the drive position. With the drive, we're going to come out of the heels all the way up into full extension. So we rise up onto the toes, the knees extend, and the hips extend. So we dip, and then we drive all the way up. And you can see when that's performed properly that the barbell actually lifts up and almost completely past Dave's head, which is what we want. That's power and energy coming from the glutes and the legs to initiate that upward motion, where after the drive is completed, we start to transfer that force into the arms. So we get a strong dip, we get a strong drive, and then the force goes upward through the upper body. Once we execute that dip fully and get that full extension, the feet are going to shift quickly into the split. So the most common mistake is a very narrow split where we're on a tightrope. When we do that, the feet are too close to each other's line and we lose our balance, right? Makes it very challenging to recover, makes it very challenging to lock out. So ideally, with our toes turned out and our knees flaring out, the feet are going to split out as well. The front foot will move about 1.5 feet length forward and the back foot the same back. That way, we're more balanced, and as we move toward that recovery, the barbell stays stable over the shoulders. So it's a nice, stable dip down, powerful finish drive, quick split, and then the recovery is the front foot shifts back under the bar and the back foot shifts forward to find that stability. No matter how long you've been performing split jerks, if you're used to bringing your back foot forward, which is also a very common mistake for that initiation of the recovery, we want to learn to bring the front foot back first. That way, once we're in our powerful split, we keep the bar right where it is as the front foot moves and the back foot comes to meet it. When we move the back foot first, the bar tends to move forward and then we have to get our whole body back underneath the bar. So a straight dip down, knees out, straight up, quick split, and then recover. Front foot back, back foot forward. That is the most beneficial way to perform a split jerk that can be stabilized overhead, to lock out the rep, and to be successful within the lift.